All right, welcome back to the airport, lady. So I'll tell you what. So the guy is a perp that came inside the bus with me. Look at these clowns. Look at these clowns. These what do you call them again? These sadists. So they send the perp on the bus, comes sit next across from me as the bus is pulling onto the bus. That look at her. Look what she does. Right? He puts his hand in his bag like he got something in there. He kept looking at me, holding his hand on his bag, right? You know, a homeless dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, they dressed him up really well, but he's a homeless dude. To engage in such as I got off the bus, you got the European female standing there, turning around looking at me, and then putting a hoodie on. No, it ain't all that cold outside. It ain't windy. It's 57 degrees outside. All right? So, you know, look at her over there. You see anybody else putting their hoodie on? Right? I mean, particularly in their coat. I can understand you wearing a sweater that has a hoodie on it, but you got a damn winter coat, and you put your hoodie on, right? And that's those sort of threats that they like to engage in and like to do. But anyhow, back to what I was talking about here with Pam. So again, so then she says to me, "Oh, you leaving?" She's like, "What happened to pick up this?" I said, "Well, you know, you're home early." You know, so she goes, "I'm so sick, I'm so tired, you know, whatever." And she asked me for the greedies. And I'm like, I don't know, right? But again, I know the reason why she's sick, okay? For the most part. And I keep telling her, you know what I'm saying, that when you engage in certain activities, particularly when you know you have autoimmune sickness, you know you have chronic fatigue sickness. On top of that, you have stomach issue on top of that. But like I said to her, listen, you're gonna do whatever you want to do. That's you. I can't tell you nothing, and I can't say anything to you. So it is what it is. You just gotta, like I said, you have to have a level of consciousness to understand certain things, right? And you don't, and you're going to do whatever just because whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I keep telling her, you have to be very careful, because one thing, women are easily swayed by other men, right? By men, actually. And particularly if they feel that man got something that they want, because that person might be of a certain status, or might have a certain position, or what have you. But the thing is, like I keep telling her, I said, those men, they're not taking you seriously. They'll sleep with you. And what do you get? You get to go out, you get to sleep with them, and you get STDs left and right. That's what you get. That's what you get, right? They're not giving you the commitment, right? Because those men understand that, why would I give you commitment when I have other options out there? But you just vibing to be part of the rotation, which is ridiculous. But you would be surprised how many women in their 40s and 50s, behave in that way, and then they want to talk about they're not settling. But you are settling. You are settling. They don't want to settle with a man who, is an average man, who care about them, who respects them, those things, right? No, they don't. They still want to compete with the younger female, chasing the same type of men. And just do you. But understand that you have children, and understand that your children come first, and understand when you do certain things, that it will have not only a negative effect on you, right, but because on your children also, and because they're my children also, I have to be concerned, right? So like I said, listen, I don't care what you do, but what I do care about is that you're not taking care of our kids properly the way you're supposed to, because you're too busy wanting to have fun, and you put that above as a priority instead of putting your children as a priority. So again, Ethan got to school late this morning and missed his first period class. Alyssa got to school late. You know what I'm saying? She's sick, she's this and that. I'm like, listen, I keep telling her, when you make those decisions, I'm not going to be a part of bailing you out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because you said to me too many times, I don't care about whatever you're going through. I don't care about your issues, but I have to care about your issues, right? You know what I'm saying? And I do care about your issues, okay? But I am not going to be used as a tool that you can abuse all the time. And it is abuse. Okay, she may not see it as that, but it is abuse. Like when I confront her about these things, she tell me, "Oh, I'm verbally abusive." I'm not verbally abusive. I'm showing you things that you refuse to want to see when it's right in front of you. When it's right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? When I take when I spend days and days cleaning up your apartment, and then you come home after a trip or vacation, right? And then you throw your shit all over the place, again, and then tell me I can't tell you anything about it. It's your house. It's abuse, because when I come in there and it's dirty like that, I get triggered. But you don't care. You don't care. But you want me to care, right? You want me to care to the point where, I'm your servant, and I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'm not going to do that. And because I say that, then what she does, again, the sadistic mindset that she has, the sadist, is that she will engage in certain types of behavior that she doesn't understand. You're not hurting me. You may try to get some pleasure. You think that, oh, you're hurting me. No, you are not. You are hurting yourself and your children, right? And when our children gets hurt, then I get hurt. So I want you to understand, you're not hurting me, right? If you were hurting me, and only then, our kids would be in school on time. They'll be, he did come home today and he was so tired because he didn't go to bed until after 11. After 11 o'clock. Okay? Because now she, whatever, and all of a sudden she's sick and she can't take care of the kids because she's in her bed sleeping. So again, I want you to understand that her behavior don't change. As much time she said to me that I'm trying to be better, no, you're not. It only lasts for a few days, not even a week. A few days, and then it goes back to being the way it is, because she cannot change. She cannot change. So this is, like I said, this is why I had to start to learn about her personality types, her personality traits. And like I said, I understand. That's why I can deal with a lot of shit that she does. But like I said, I can't talk to anybody about it. So my video, not only exposing what it is that is being done to me, because it's also being done to her, but she doesn't even understand it, and she doesn't want to. But also because they have taken away my ability to find a therapist, right? Every therapist that I go to, they've already infiltrated that therapist to target me. So guess what? This is my talk therapy, all right? You know what I'm saying? Along with, listening to videos, Dr. Tracy, who's a psychiatrist, a black psychiatrist, and Dr. Snipe, who's also a psychiatrist, but she's a psychiatrist that trained other psychiatrists in terms of, getting their certificates or whatever, or their training certificates, right? So I listen to her a lot, okay? And she's very helpful, okay? So again, I had to figure out a way to deal with my targeting and not have my targeting affect me to the point where it affects her and the kids, because it used to, you know what I'm saying? But at least I had the presence of mind to say, okay, you know what? I gotta figure out a way to, and I asked her for help. I said to her, listen, this is what I need you to do. When I'm going through a heavy day of targeting, I need you to do this and that. She's like, I don't want to do that. That's your issue. That's your issue. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I had to understand her mindset and her personality more so now than ever, because again, if I don't, then it'll just be causing more conflict between me and her. And even though there's still conflict between me and her, because at times they manipulate her, and I keep telling her, they'll send the honey traps to dangle the carrots in front of your eyes, but you're not getting nothing out of it except for your fantasy, momentary fantasy, which is really, not anything that you're going to get some benefit out of anyway, because you're always sick. You're always sick. You're always complaining. This and that. Your back, your shoulders, and such, right? And then again, who have to come and give you massages? Who have to come and rub it up? I said, listen, go to the person who you go out with. Go to the person. Let them do that shit. Don't let them do that, okay? But the mindset of the dark personality within certain people, and again, this is like almost everybody, because here in New York City, we are conditioned with a certain mindset. This is what we don't understand. Until we start understanding how we are being conditioned and how the condition that they have us living in, right? How it affects us. Not also that, but understanding that technology used to manipulate us, understanding how the churches are used as a tool. The churches and its members, right, are being trained in psychological operation, right? Because they have these religious delusions about their God and Jesus and the devil and demons and all this nonsense and bullshit, not understanding that their action is in line with what the so-called devil or demons that they say is doing. They're doing the same shit. But they don't even understand that. They don't even see. When you poison somebody's food, you acting like a demon, right? Because you said that's what demons would do. But you're acting like a demon. But then again, you can always get on your knees and pray to Jesus and God for forgiveness, right? Because that's what these Catholic leaders or these Christian leaders have taught you. But if you go and you read Jesus' own words about sin and all this shit, then you should understand that no, that's not how it works. Okay, that is not how it works. All right. But again, they are conditioned to believe certain things. See a lot of red cars, right? Yeah, I'm paying attention. I'm watching them, but I'm talking, right? But again, this is what they're being taught, to not have accountability. But what they are doing, particularly for young people, particularly for young black people, young black men and women, right, is that they are setting you up. Religion is a part of that setup to put you in the system, right? To create a personality within you so that they can have you fighting against each other. Okay? And the fact that, particularly within black women, they lie so much. And not all of them, but that's the vast majority of them. They lie so much. You see it on social media, you see it in these paternity court systems, you see it, the people who they interact with, right? Because what happened with the sadist mindset that they've created is what, right? They will step on you in order to get something from you, in order to advance their career. They're going to step all over you. And it's just like I said, just like politicians do, right? So this society breeds a certain mindset. This is what we have to understand. And if we're not teaching our children this, what I'm talking about, they're going to fall victims, right? On top of the fact that they have to live in a society where they're continue trying to dumb down the education, so black children cannot advance, as well as white children, right? They're indoctrinating them even more and more now with religion by engaging in what is called supernatural manipulation, right? In thought reform. This is Robert J. Lipton, The 7 Criteria of Thought Reform. Talk about this. It's more prevalent now because now with cognitive warfare, social media is a tool. So what they'll do is do these propaganda videos. So you see these videos where you see, people in the stores, giving people money and they talk about God bless you, God love you, whatever. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda. They're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it in order to do what? To bring you to that. It's like an exchange. We give you this, and you have to believe this, right? It's an exchange, right? This is what they do. This is what these Christians do. They manipulate you. You got to understand that, right? But it's not. They're not the only ones. They're not the only ones, right? But they do it the most. And they have no qualms about manipulating you, setting you up in order to bring you to Christ. This is the sick mindset. And the things that they do, right, to the people in their families, to strangers, to people out there who they target selectively, right? And when we as victims tell them, listen, this is what's happening, I need your help, then what do they tell you? Oh, you're crazy, go see a psychiatrist, whatever, blah, 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 and all this nonsense, right? But this is what they do. This is what they do. So when we talk about support, no support, particularly from women. You hear women say, oh, you crazy, you this and that, right? Meanwhile, they're sleeping with 3 and 4 different men at the same time, around the same time, getting pregnant, choosing the one that they feel has the best job, and then going to court and say, oh, you're the father. You know you're the father, right? And even if they bring 2 people on and both those men are found to be not the biological father of their children, what do they say? Oh, it can't be. There's nobody else. And they're lying. But that's what Christianity has done to our people. It has turned us into liars, just like how white people who gave us Christianity, they were liars. They tell you, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill anybody. But meanwhile, they're killing slaves, they're lynching enslaved people. Even today, they're still killing on black people. They're poisoning us, and we have adopted that same mindset. But we don't understand that. We don't understand it, right? Because that's the Christian mindset. So regardless of what they preach, we love to hear, that's why they say, black people love to hear sweet nothings, right? And they love symbolism because that's all it is. Symbolism is symbolism. There's nothing monetary you get from symbolism. There's nothing monetary that you get from hearing sweet nothings, because it's nothing, right? And we're conditioned to love sweet nothings. All right. All of a sudden, you start to see a lot of people at this festival, right? Past couple of weeks, we had everybody out here. All right, just want you guys to know what it is that they do. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You got it?
Go ahead and sit. I got you.